Hey, hi, howdy, everyone. How it goes? That's Levi with Member Solutions. You know, one of the things that we should probably do when I go to record is kill the fan. We'll do that when we're ready to record. We are not quite set up 100% yet to record. If I can hold things. I know that people will shuffle in as they shuffle in. Hey, Rusty, by the way, if you guys have Twitch and you have Prime and you got them linked, you can support us without it costing you a dime. It is one of the best ways to support us. Now, originally, the sketch that we were going to film, we had filmed it and I was editing it yesterday. And I talked to Chris and I was like, this is bad. um, and I think I still have a version of that sketch. I don't think I have a version of that sketch, and I didn't even finish editing it, so you guys are gonna get to see. And I kept it because of reasons. I said I had a version. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I have the version that I need, so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. But it might not exist. Maybe it doesn't exist. I don't think it exists anymore. I don't think the version. Yeah, the old version I don't think exists anymore. Maybe. Hold up. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay. So now the sketch is called buffering. It's where John winds up getting in a time dilasis bubble, status bubble, that kind of stuff. So we had read the script and we were like, this doesn't sound bad. The problem with the script wasn't necessarily the script so much as, and this is the cool thing, and I really want to share this with you guys. When you go to film something, the way it is filmed can affect the script, and the script can affect the way it's filmed. The original script wasn't inherently bad. It's just there wasn't enough going on to justify the humor. We would have needed more characters, and they would have needed to be more interactive and in the space. Instead, what we have.
I'm going to activate the mobile stasis field. If everything goes right, I'll be back with you in 15 seconds. All right. Here goes.
Honestly, even if you cut this part down and you go right to where you hear Nappa doing his thing. This is what I told Chris, and he literally did this exact thing. He was like, okay, well, let me cut this down and see if it's kind of the same. And so he went and he cut it down where he could cut it down, and it was still the same thing.
I'm going to activate the mobile stasis field. If everything goes right, I'll be back with you in 15 seconds. All right. Here goes.
Beep, 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 alarm.
That's not good.
You have 16 seconds of not knowing what the fuck is going on, not knowing who these characters are, unless you're a fan. It gets worse.
You're telling me it's going to be a couple hours. He's going to be so pissed. Yeah, I know. Thanks.
You have nearly 30 seconds before, besides like the stasis malfunction thing, which you still don't know what that means, 30 seconds of nothing going on effectively in the sketch. And it made it all the way to even me recording my parts, putting it in there and sitting down to edit. And I was like, this is bad, man. We've got to go over this. And I filmed it with this fucker, which I can't even, I'm not going to use this time. I don't have the time to use it. We're letting my phone charge, but yeah, that's a dead version. So we updated the script. We have a much better, more solid, funnier version, and that's what I'm going to be filming here literally in a couple minutes. We are finishing getting set up. By the way, Slayer, Dr. Crosset, Logan, how you all doing? Here's a question for all of you. And I find it ironic that I'm going to start this question with a question. All right. So we're sitting here, we're talking. You guys, so it's going to be multifaceted. To start off with, a conversation is what we're having. We're having a back and forth discussion of ideas, thoughts, feelings, so on and so forth. If you ask somebody the question, would you like to have a conversation? And they respond with no feeling in it, just a no. And you walk away. Is the fact that you asked to have a conversation in and of itself if the word no, just the word no, was used? Because by definition of the word no, it is a statement of fact. No. It's not necessarily conveying a thought or what you're thinking, and a thought by the thought of definition, so on and so forth. I made I had a TikTok. I showed Trevor. No, yeah. Doctor says that's a short conversation. A short conversation would still need to have a full exchange of thoughts and ideas and feelings. No means no, plus no is an answer, not a sentence. It's a statement. Extremely. It's not. I don't think it's a conversation. And see, by definition, if you go by the definitions of all the words, conversation, the word no, everything like that, it is not a conversation. By definition, it is not a conversation. But as a society, it's a different response. But a conversation is not a response. A conversation is the exchange of thoughts, feelings, emotions, that kind of stuff, right? At that point, then we need to ask, well, what defines a conversation? Because by the definition of all the words that we're asking here, that of everything, it is not. But society views that as different for a lot of people. And the reason why this happened is there was a show. I wound up seeing a clip on TikTok, and it was where the guy decided that he was going to start a conversation without asking if this person wanted to have a conversation, and just started talking. And the person in question, who was of the opposite gender or sex, their gender was she, her, which is why I use that in this concept. Didn't respond. And when they finally did respond, they pretended to be deaf, which is ableist. And he, who knew sign language and had a deaf sister, got angry. Here's what I said. Neither person was in the right. The guy should have asked to have a conversation, and she should have told him no. Or it found a way at some point to just straight up say, I don't want to have this interaction, and walk away, or just say, I don't want to have this interaction. And that would have proceeded to stop the whole thing, and the ableist thing wouldn't have even happened. And as somebody who's disabled, and see, that's what the word no, full stop, is not a conversation. It is a statement. A conversation ender if a conversation has been started unwilling. Technically, you're answering the question, but you are not opening up a conversation of thoughts, feelings, ideas, and things like that. You are saying no. You're not this, and if you don't display an angry emotion and everything like that, that might have led up to a follow-up, it is an asked and answered, and that is it. And in English, when we learn on writing and stuff like that, that is not considered a conversation. It is a statement of fact. It is a matter of statement. It's not a conversation. It's not an ideal of exchange. And this is another thing. And no, this is where I made my point here of, if the roles were reversed, we would be having this conversation in a slightly different way. However, the result would still be the same. If the gender roles were reversed and a man was not talking until he pretended to be deaf to get out of the conversation, and the woman was or again, the video, she, her, it, it doesn't matter. The result would have been the same. The difference would have been how society viewed it. And Logan, we are not going into the rest of that. I was asking about the conversation, and I did acknowledge the fact that the way society would have viewed it based on the gender roles would have changed things slightly. But at the end of the day, you had one person who was not upfront about not having a conversation and decided to pretend to be deaf, which is an ableist thing, and not okay. And you had one person who initiated a conversation, or at least attempted to, without verifying if this person wanted to have a conversation. Neither party was in the wrong. Do I believe that the party who decided to pretend to be ableist was more in the wrong in this situation? Yes. Does that mean that either one are correct? No, because this entire situation could have been avoided with an asked and answered statement. Again, in the English language, by definition, asking a question and answering it with a flat yes, no, without something that leads on a no or whatever, a matter of fact thing that does not lead to further discussion, is a statement. And Logan, I didn't mean like drop it. I just meant like I'm not going to go into having that conversation because it's political. This is literally like this is such a weird thing. Here's the context to this thing that happened. And what do you guys think is asking a question to have a conversation in and of itself, because of the way we define things as both a society and based around the rules of language itself, which the rules of language, which is really cool, are not even completely defined by the way we react as a society. It's such a cool little thing. So I was trying not to be political, but I had to explain where the thing came from, and that in and of itself was a political thing, which is why I nixed the conversation on the political part. Question is that a thing? By definition, no, but by how we view language and how we interact with people, it changes. And call me Klaus, that's what I agree with. I do not believe, and because I'm going based around the rules of the English language and definitions and stuff like that, hey, would you like to have a conversation? No. Walk away. I do not believe that is a conversation in and of itself. Right? And so, but it doesn't make it a conversation. It is a ask, answered, done. There's no exchange of information outside of the word no, and no is not information. It is a statement of fact. Although I guess you could turn around and argue semantics on that. So yeah, it's such a weird little tidbit of being picky in semantics. And I got people who are feeling entitled that, oh, how do you start a conversation if you don't just start a conversation? And it's like, I'm literally like, they kept responding. I was like, you ask. It's so simple. Oh, I've got, what's going on here? Hello? What's wrong? Technically, yeah. And we were in a cool house, so we should be fine. I was put the fish in the freezer. The fish will definitely be fine. The milk is the one I'm concerned about. I need you to write on the milk might expire faster. All right, let Raven know. Thank you. Bye. Kiddos forgot to put up the fish in the milk. Fish will be fine. You have a time frame to put food up. and everything, especially if it was frozen or cold beforehand and it remained that temperature or remained close to that temperature long enough, right? The difference being the fish is going into the freezer. I'm not worried about it expiring in, a week if it's going in the freezer. However, if it was going in the fridge, I'd be like, well, the fish has to be eaten tonight. It's not gonna, like, it has now been exposed to warmer temperature. It is now gonna have it's gonna it decreased its life even further than what it already was. Same thing with the milk. The difference being the milk is going in the fridge, the fish is going in the freezer. So yay. Yeah, and Common Class, I think that's a thing too, is that we're all learning. One of the biggest things I learned is emotional intelligence and intelligence are two separate things. And although they can be combined, that doesn't necessarily mean that they always are. This is a conversation around the combination of the two. You take a little bit of what is the factual thing, but what is also the emotional statement of it as well. Yeah, two neighbors saying good morning is not a conversation. It is a hi. That's not a conversation. A conversation needs more. I had so many people get on my case about the intelligence wisdom thing video I did as a D&D thing, saying I was wrong, and I was like, but I'm not. And I hate the fact I like the sketch is lost if you have to explain to people about like how intelligence is in D&D and everything like that. And if you have to explain the joke, you kind of like lost the bones of the joke. It was done poorly. At the end of the day, the sketch, the idea was solid. The execution was not. And accepting that is part of my growth. I kind of agree with that. Yep. Okay, I hate to say this, that's still a conversation. You are exchanging ideas, thoughts, and feelings about something, even though it's going nowhere, it's still technically a conversation. Intelligence is the ability to come up with a plan. Wisdom is the ability to realize why the plan fell. Wisdom is to know the difference. I believe that you can be, like, there's a lot of people say that you're an old soul when you're a kid, right? No. That is the fact that you have taken your life experiences and you know how to apply them to life. That is wisdom. When you are younger, you have a harder time doing that, but that does not mean that you're unable to do that. You can still be a very intelligent person. So we are at 100%. Okay, so we got a bit of a problem here. I have to turn off the fan, otherwise I'm going to fuck with my audio. Also, I can't show this on stream, but I have a BB gun that apparently doesn't have the marker thing on it. It has the extended, but I live in Utah, and it doesn't need to be red or orange or yellow or anything. And I was about to use it for the sketch, so I've actually got to put that back. And I have to use this for the sketch because it's obviously a Nerf. It's obviously Nerf. It's not, well, actually, it's X-Shot. It's actually not even Nerf, but it's obviously not real. And the one that looks real, because I live in Utah and you don't have to have red paint on the tip, I got to put up. Ever tell you guys the story about how I almost got shot, and when the cops found out it was just a BB gun, they laughed their asses off? I kid you not. We had somebody had apparently been causing a ruckus outside our house one night, and then the cops showed up looking for said somebody as well. I didn't realize it was cops I just heard somebody like trying to rustle around and doing stuff because instead of coming to the door and knocking on the door like normal people, they had surrounded the house and made me think that they were intruders and we were about to have our door busted down / our windows and everything. And so I quietly go out, prepared to use the BB gun because that's all I had, and make it look like I was gonna bluff my ass off. Okay, I'm really good at it, and I pointed it directly at them, and they were like, "Hey, who are you?" And they had a light on me. I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I put it down immediately. I realized my privilege immediately. I wound up having a conversation with my best friend, who is not my skin color. Most of the people that I consider family are not my skin color. Huh. Anyways, and that led to a conversation of just how privileged I was and how dead I was not. But when they found out, because they were like, "Hey, can you put that on the ground? Blah blah blah. This is what's going on." I told them it's just a BB gun, and they were like, "I kid you not." One cop was like, "Did you seriously think somebody was breaking into your house and came outside with a BB gun?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a CO2 powered one. All I would have had to do was hit them in the eyes." And they're like, "There's no way you're hitting them in the eyes." And I was like, "Just point at it if I'm allowed to prove a point." And they're like, "Yeah, all right, can I shoot that thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Bam, bam, dead on. And both cops, which I had other cops in there, just stood there and were like, "Okay, yeah, you would have made the shot." Non-lethal is amazing if used well. But again, very lucky to be alive. Levi almost got popped in the it would have been in the chest. Because I was caught me dead on with my BB gun. I was aiming for his eyes. He was aiming for my chest. He was aiming for center mass. Yeah, no, it's wasn't great. Wasn't even the last time. I just became a lot more careful afterwards. Yeah, no, that's a political aspect I can't talk about on stream. That's something that I would really love to talk about on stream and have a open-ended conversation with you guys. I'm not allowed that on this forum. So we have our script pulled up here. I think I need to look at where he's looking. Oh shit. Okay. So besides the fact I need to record, edit, I forgot to turn off the fan, didn't I? Fuck. Totally not having ADHD moments, everyone. Totally not having ADHD moments. I'm having fun today. I've been doing pretty well. I'm going to bed at a decent time and waking up at a decent time. It's been nice. I'm going to have one bad day and it's going to fuck it all up. Just know it.
John told me to activate the stasis field. John told me to activate.
I should look at John. What the hell did you do? Yeah, that's what it needs to be. I have to move the camera and move the mic out of the way. I'm center framed. By the way, it is so annoying to not only get myself center framed in this, but and I'll show you guys what I mean here. Okay, can you see? I wonder if he'll show it better on his. It's better this round than it is last time. I'm guessing there's more natural lighting. However, you can still see a fluctuation of the interior lights if you look up here at the top. So if you look in the top left corner where it's darkest, you can see it fluctuating up and down, up and down, up and down. And this is not just the camera. trying to change to the lighting in the house because you can set that manually. Oh, hello. Apparently, we're gonna hit record right off the bat. It's the fact that the LEDs aren't the same frequency. What the hell did you just do? What the hell did you just do? And then Napa has his line. Where's the stasis field, Napa? Where is it? Ow, ow, my knee. Why are we locked? Okay. Fuck, that hurts. Call IT and figure it out. I need to see my script over here too. Apparently. By the way, you guys can actively see my knee in the thing. I do want to move. Call IT and figure it out. I'm gonna go put on some Spartan armor and take care of the little monsters before they start reproducing. No, Napa. I don't. I want as many layers of metal between me and that little bone-sucking demon spawn as possible. If I could wear 2 suits, I would. I like my bones where they are. Honestly, I feel like that's good. Rusty, for those who don't know, I can't highlight Rusty's comment at the moment. That's exactly what this is. Okay. So now we go down. I kind of wish I had like one of these shirts all torn up, but I can. Yeah, hey. I fixed the Moopsy Tribble. Moopsy. Tripsy. Yeah. I don't like that one. I fixed the Moopsy whatever. I fixed the problem. Why isn't the stasis field down? Oh, shit. I need to probably be more in frame. I fucking hate this because I have to make myself disheveled. Oh, yeah. Do the Ryan Gosling thing. I fucking hate that. I fixed the Moopsy Tripnus. I fixed the problem. Why is John still frozen? Why isn't the stasis field? Fucking fucked up my line. I'm gonna leave it as why isn't John there? I gotta do one line with the thing. Ow, fuck. I fixed the Moopsie triple problem, of course. At least it lasted until... Why isn't the stasis field down? I think that might be the take, to be honest, because it just fucking fell apart. No, how long till they... I don't need the gun now. No, how long till they fix it? A couple hours, huh? I could dump some water on him. I could dump some water on him, but it doesn't really feel like enough. A 55-gallon drum of that ghost pepper maple syrup. Oh, and glitter! Napa! Get lots and lots and lots of glitter! I think it might be too bright in here, but I don't know. Either way, that's going to have to be our take for now. I don't have a whole lot of time. It's hot. Oh, I got high cap. This happened. I like glitter. I don't like it everywhere, though. I have children. You want to know what my problem is with glitter? The fact that it exists. All right. Oh. I read your comment. I laughed at your comment. I liked your comment. Okay, 1 second here. I have to upload the videos that I just did. All right, so while we wait for them, I was sent a message by Xena, who is doing a commission work. One of the artists who's made some of the artwork that we have, they are painting, working on a paint commission while you waited for Canvas Board, started a digital mapping of the project. That is pretty cool. Whew. So this is a much stronger sketch. Ooh, I've been there. I've done that. I'm not a fan of that. Let me get some water in here too. That's cold. It may be diluted, but it tastes good. I've got a little bit of sweet water. It's less tea now. Oh, dude, I fucking know personally how that tastes because I used it. I used the generic version of tramadol actually, which for those of you who don't know is called meloxicam. I think. No, never mind. But I have had tramadol. What was tramadol for again? Oh, that's the opioid. Oh, no, I don't use that anymore. Instead, I live in Utah, which has medical cannabis. Spaced it went over the head. So I use meloxicam for my arthritis. I used to use tramadol. I do not use that. Also, you're not going to be functional here in a bit, or your dose is relatively low. Which one of it is it? Because my dose was fucking high. I had an extended release capsule at about 200 to 300 milligrams or higher. I think it was pretty gnarly. It would kick me on my ass and make me not feel pain, but also I was just not functional after taking that shit. Oh god, I can taste it. It doesn't matter what the pill is, but like tramadol and opioids in general just have a nastier taste to them. Yeah, no, I was in space. I did not function. In fact, I had a note that strictly said I could not do pretty much anything. When I took it, I couldn't hold a job when I had it. And it didn't matter what the job was. I legitimately could not hold a job because the moment I took the medication, I could not function until the medication wore off. And that could be fucking in the entire day. It sucked. Or worse. Hi, baby. Hi, my baby. Frodo's here. Going up. You got space. You want me to move that? You might have a high resistance to pain meds, but also that's not great. And yes, I could have taken mine multiple times a day, but I had the extended release capsules. That's still really, really bad. That's a lot. That's a lot of tramadol. That's a lot. Like you're not operating shit, are you? Like you're not driving or operating machinery or anything while you function on them, are you? I can't show you the floof. The floof is too far away. I apologize for needing to know. If you don't want me to know, you can just say not telling you. I will accept that as an answer and end the conversation. Okay, good. Oh. Because there's the term function and function. Function is like, hey, I can do normal things day to day. I can go around the house. I can do my laundry. I can fold my stuff. I can go up and down the stairs without needing the banister because my world is spinning and I can't. And I'm not entirely sure if that's a step or not, or if I might be hallucinating that I'm going down the stairs. And actively being able to do all of those things without any of those feelings, including driving. Function versus function. You can watch a movie. You can watch a show. You might not remember it. Brain fog is dangerous. I don't care what it's associated with. Brain fog is dangerous. Speaking as somebody who deals with it just like naturally from being exhausted and everything, I have almost fallen down the stairs. Big F versus little. Yeah, Trevor. He's definitely little F. He functions. Kinda. Functions well enough. Let's give him credit where credit is due, especially with something that painful. A lot of that is probably going towards that. And when you have an extreme amount of pain, like it's just fucking different, guys. It just really is. Lavender, we're doing pretty good. I was waiting for files to download. The fuck is this? Zio versus Homelander, YLY versus the Vildermites with sponsor. Oh, Yellow Land. Oh, those were back in April. Why am I not seeing my stuff? I just uploaded it. Did it not? Give me a second, everyone. This should have uploaded, but it's. Okay. Why are you not showing up? There it goes. I had to re-upload it. That's weird. Whatever. Download. All right. We will go back into the editing format and everything in a moment. Please just bear with me for a moment while I get things where they need to be. One of the issues that I'm going to have. Let's be honest here. I should. Are these all the?
John told me to activate the stasis.
Oh, how about that? Who's this? Oh, this is non-stream Kitty. Yeah, I love you too. Okay, so we have a bit of a problem here because what I need to do is I need to find where he's frozen. So he gave me a new frozen look, and I have to take that, export that, create my effect, and kind of go from there.
John told me to activate the stasis field.
God damn it. God damn it, Nappa.
Where is that in the sketch? It's not in the sketch. I think that this is just. Why did that do that? The fuck? Why did it do that? I hate the cloud version editing thing sometimes so much. All right. If this does that again, I'm going to have to. Okay, good. So then what we're going to do is we're going to export this. Whatever. It doesn't matter what it's called right now. Delete that. Bop, bop. home. Using caffeine water, that's effectively what it is. Hi, baby. Yeah, hi. What are you doing? Huh. I don't believe that's true because I've seen plenty of people with dried earwax and have very they're just nasty. You had surgery on your ankle a couple weeks ago. They had to replace part of your ankle bone, so now you're part undead with a cadaver. Oh, I had to take a moment. Yeah. I've been there. I've been there. I've done. I had a really interesting thing happen to me when I was a kid, and a can of gas. I was filling up the lawnmower. It overflowed really badly. Got all on my leg and everything. And I'll tell you, those fumes knocked my ass flat. And unfortunately, they knocked me flat next to the other gas and fumes, and that didn't help matters any. And the world spun until my mom came outside and dragged me away and splashed water on my face and stuff like that. Give my mom credit for a few things, but not a lot. I kind of want to do the same thing. It's not exactly comfortable right now, but it is. That's all right. That's all right. It's whatever. So this is his new take here. He's got another where I might have him switch back because I'll be on. You can see the Napa shirt underneath. You can see the Napa shirt underneath. Why are you moving at all? I feel like we effectively have to pick a pose that looks funny. What the thing I love is and I'm going to say this outright, is like everyone makes this mistake when you're first starting out acting or anything like that. This is a mistake. Overly dramatically when you're trying to freeze and you're trying to speak, if you're trying to be frozen in something, and yeah, I tasted colors. And if you're trying to be frozen in something and you're trying to do that in the middle of an action, I learned this a long time ago. Do that action and then stop, because that's nothing. What are you doing? Why? Napa! That your lips and everything don't move that way, right? So when he's getting angry and he's doing like that, it should be Napa! And then you freeze or something like that. Trying to pose yourself in a frozen will look unnatural. And see, the unnatural happens. You can see that he's trying to think of something angry. That's more natural. That would be the pose right there. We're gonna freeze frame it. Right? And then we're gonna delete and we'll pick another one. Because Any further than that starts looking unnatural. Looks like he's forcing it. Also, he shouldn't be moving if we're having him be frozen. That looks completely unnatural the entire time. And with the way the sketch is formulated here, what did you just do? He told me to activate it, blah, 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 panic. We see John in stasis once. So I just need to pick a couple still frames and a couple different poses so that we have a couple options of to work with here. So this still looks natural, but his hand is blurred. That's not a big deal. The issue is the Saiyan thing underneath. I think that will be fine. We're going to cause a freeze frame right here. And we're going to delete that. So this is what it'll look like, right? Or similar. I'll finagle some stuff. And then I'd like one more freeze frame. I just realized you guys can't see any of that. Okay. So this looks natural. Get back to what I was talking about. See that look? We had a point where it looks natural. This looks natural. Looks natural, then goes into unnatural super fast. Does not look natural, right? And then his next pose that I clipped, in even though you can see the shirt right there. Next pose, him about to talk looks fine, but then he again over exaggerates his mouth because he's thinking too much about it. He's putting an unnatural amount of stuff in there because he's thinking about the pose. And if it's like he told him to do it, I feel like it needs to be him pointing, just do it.
Come on, Nappa.
My thing here is how the sketch starts. With John told me to activate it to catch it, right? He doesn't know that he's getting frozen yet.
Come on, yelling. Nappa.
That might not be a bad freeze frame right there where his eyes are pointed down. And you can see how natural this looks because he said something, his lips are relaxed, and he decided to freeze. That was a very good, natural feeling frozen reaction.
God damn it. God damn it, Nappa.
This is kind of exaggerated. And you can tell that he's thinking about exaggerating his facial expressions again right there. Or it feels at least that that's what he's doing. Because this is...
God damn it. God damn it, Nappa.
I feel like he's trying to pose his hands more than his face in this, though. And that's okay, but it's not what we want, given the context of how everything is. Him being pissed at Nappa is valid, but given the start of the sketch, it doesn't make sense to have him be like that. I have creative control. Okay, I can breathe. I'm good. I moved the wrong thing over. I moved that over when I meant to move the freeze frame over. Okay. Nothing to see here. All right. Oh goodness. All right. We're gonna download this so that I have it. You guys could clip the live stream, by the way. You guys could clip the live stream. Time is stop/slowed. It's slowed to the point of being imperceptible or stopped. The bubble just keeps moving, though, just because I wanted it to. Is that going to take forever? Come on. Do it. I see the bird saying. Oh, don't worry. I have that too, but I didn't show you the whole effect. Just give me a moment here. What is wrong with you kitties today? All right. So besides the fact that I really hope, because we can't refilm, because I've got some really clear takes and then it looks like I've got some kind of fuzzy takes, and that doesn't make sense. So we're just gonna shove things where they need to go. Pick out the best takes and go from there. I really don't have time to refilm a bunch of things, and he is too close to the camera. I don't know what's going on, but if this keeps happening, I might ask him to just switch back to his phone. He either needs to learn how to modify everything so that he can actually shoot the shot so it's not as close and everything, which does involve fiddling with these settings, because I did find that out. Or B, just go back to the phone. We're not doing enough to matter anyways. I mean, it matters, but kind of like So my first line, Yeah, my lighting got fucked up there afterwards.
Hello.
So if it's 1 or 2 shots, it's not too bad. We'll see what happens.
Hello. Apparently, we're gonna hit record right off the bat. It's the fact that the LEDs aren't the same frequency.
What the hell did you just do? What the hell did you just do?
I like that second take better.
What the hell did you just do?
Yeah, I like that second take better. So this is how it starts. Apparently, we're gonna hit the copy paste.
What the hell did you just do?
We're gonna, pardon me. We're gonna cut that down a little bit.
What the hell did you just do?
You guys get to see the full process because I just don't have time to do a whole lot and get it done. I have like an hour. It seems like there was an echo. There's an echo right now because I have my mic on and you can hear my screen a different way. If I mute my screen and you hear it through just my mic, it'll be very quiet.
What the hell did you just do?
But no echo. If I unmute the screen and I press play,
what the hell did you just do?
You hear echo, and that's because I don't have my noise gate settings tweaked right now. And I'm not listening through a headset. So I don't mind leaving the echo there because getting rid of an echo is a hell of a lot harder than just clipping something that doesn't have an echo and then posting that. It's my own little way of going, you're not going to get the perfect copy. And if you want to watch the perfect copy, watch it when it gets posted.
John told me to activate the stasis field to catch the triple moosey hybrid that was loose in the loading dock. That's all I did. It's around John.
Big guy Levi is about to jump.
Where's the stasis field, Nappa? Where is it?
I should have done one more take.
Where are we loading?
We can add some bloopers, don't worry.
What the hell did you just do? John told me to activate the stasis field to catch the triple moosey hybrid that was loose in the loading dock. That's all I did. Where's the stasis field, Nappa? Where is it? It's around John. I don't know why. I pressed the right button. Also, I can't disable the field. Where's the stasis field? Where's the stasis field, Nappa?
I like the longer one.
Where's the stasis field, Nappa? Where is it? It's around John. I don't know.
I love the fact that because I'm not looking at John, I don't notice the stasis field. I love this is such a good take because I'm not looking at John and I'm just like, where the fuck is it? Even though it's like if I turned like 90 degrees the other direction, I would see the thing. I love that.
It's around John, but I don't know why. I pressed the right button. Also, can't disable the field.
Now we have the call IT line. Whether or not I keep bloopers or add the bloopers is kind of like a moot point, because if the sketch is close enough to 3 minutes, which it's not going to be, I would normally add bloopers. But if it's really, really like low, I just don't feel the need to add bloopers. You can't see it. It can't see you. No, Levi's not stuck of or scared of being in stasis. He just doesn't like it.
Call IT and figure it out. I need to
Again, this is what's called an action shot, where I'm moving.
call IT and figure it out. I'm gonna go put on some Spartan armor and take care of the little monsters before they start reproducing. No, Nappa. I don't. I want as many layers of metal between me. Call IT and figure it out. I'm gonna go put on some Spartan armor and take care of the little monsters before they start reproducing.
I really like this. The fact that I'm not like actively paying attention to something, I'm like looking around the office, is really on point with what is going on.
You don't think Spartan armor can't disable the field?
Call IT and figure it out. I'm gonna go put on some Spartan armor and take care of the little monsters before they start reproducing.
You don't think Spartan armor's a...
We have several takes of that.
I fixed the problem. No, Nappa. I don't. I want as many layers of metal between me and that little bone-sucking demon spawn as possible. If I could wear 2 suits, I would. I like my bones where they are.
I feel like I could do that take again and make it probably slightly better, but slightly better is time consuming. So
You don't think Spartan armor's a little overkill?
That's actually a perfect thing to make this better.
Where they are. I like my bones where they are.
I like that. It makes it look like he's looking at something, like he saw something. Extract audio.
I would. I like my bones where they are.
And then we have a time skip here. Oh God, do I have the? Why? What? Logo. Shit. Okay. Okay. 1 second. We should have. I have a resource file. I'll go ahead and show that to you guys here. And we have resource files, right? That I can access. Maybe. So if I'm right, it should be this.
I like my bones where they are! I would! I like my bones where they are!
Fucking loud audio.
Are.
Assume time skip. As far as this goes, it's going to be like right here. This is what it's going to be. So boom, we have.
Are you seriously telling me?
So then the next bit is Napa on the phone. Shit, I need to ask him if he wants to take care of captions. Yeah, Justin, I did. Justine, I was in the bed cuddling my spouse when I came across the news, and we both just kind of like, that sucks. Like like it's our childhood, you know. Yeah, the Kevin McAllister stuff. I would love to have that animated. It needs to do like the remakes would have to do better than the original, or do well enough to justify it.
Are you seriously telling me that it's going to be a couple hours? He's going to be so pissed. Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just thanks.
Honestly, we don't need that.
Yeah, no,
I think if we leave it here,
he's going to be so pissed. Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just thanks.
conversations ended. We kind of need that. Then Levi should have a line walking in. You guys said I needed to look disheveled. So I'd be right there.
I fixed the moopsie. Triple tripness. I fixed the problem. I fixed the moopsie. Triple problem, of course. At least it lasted until. Why isn't the stasis field down?
I like that one. That one's honestly the best one. Now, one of the things that we can do here is
He's gonna be so pissed.
that should be cut there.
I fixed the moopsie.
Then we can cut that here.
He's gonna be so pissed.
Fix my audio so it's not bad.
So pissed.
I fixed the moopsie.
Yeah, no, I understand.
We just shorten the time frame.
He's gonna be so pissed.
I fixed the moopsie.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just
Triple problem, of course. At least it lasted until. Triple problem, of course.
I like the idea that Levi is not paying attention. This is all happening while he's still on the phone.
The moopsie.
yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just
Triple problem, of course.
thanks.
Moopsie.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just
Triple problem, of course.
thanks.
At least it lasted until. Why isn't the stasis field down? Well, of course. At least it lasted until.
Thanks.
At least it lasted until.
Understand. Okay, just
Triple problem, of course. At least it lasted until.
thanks.
At least it lasted until. I fixed the moopsie.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just
Triple problem, of course. At least it lasted until.
thanks.
What?
I like that. We have just enough pause. It's funny that it falls. It's falls. It's funny the clip. Yeah. Is it a clip or is it a mag? Is it a clip or is it a mag? Yeah, I have.
Triple problem, of course. At least it lasted until.
Thanks.
Why isn't the state?
This is where we need to see John.
Thanks.
Because Levi is looking at him.
Thanks.
Oh. Mwah! We'll put your bed back. There you go. That was the first thing on my mouth is my child is slowly dying. You don't like it? Yeah. I'm aware that the guy from Jurassic Park and a bunch of other movies passed away too.
Triple promo, of course. At least it lasted until.
Thanks.
Why isn't the stasis field down?
IT says the system's been glitchy and we weren't even supposed to use it at all. I mean, I didn't get an email about that. Did you get an email about that?
Ow, my knee. I think that might be the take. Yeah. No, how long till they? I don't need the. No. No, how long till they fix it? A couple hours, huh? I could dump some.
I think I wanted to redo the last couple things. Yeah, we're gonna redo the take here. No, how long until they fix it? A couple hours, huh? I could dump some. I could dump some water on them. It doesn't really feel like it's enough, you know. A 55-gallon drum of that ghost pepper maple syrup. Maple syrup. I keep wanting to say honey. I could dump some water on them, but it just doesn't feel like it's enough, you know? It's a 55-gallon drum of that ghost pepper maple syrup. Yeah. And then he says, and feathers, and I go, and glitter, Nappa! Grab the glitter! Lots and lots of glitter! And glitter, Nappa! Don't! And glitter, Nappa! Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of glitter! I'm gonna have myself fade out. I don't want to do that take again. I got something like right here bugging me. Are we not gonna let me do the things I need to do? There it goes. All right. So we're not showing the glitter. We're not like we're not showing that.
Didn't get an email about that. Did you get an email about that?
And I don't like the other takes that I did. So we don't have to worry about that. We're going to grab my file. That should now be there. Maybe. I've been having trouble with things uploading and downloading for some reason. First of all, they do not go in the spot that they need to go into. Then I can't find it because I didn't label it. It's like stuck in limbo right now. No captions today. If you guys rely on captions, you're going to have to, everything is pretty clear. So it's like the captions from YouTube and all that stuff should work. I apologize for the inconvenience if you need them. We just simply don't have the time to add them in and make them coherent. Not exactly the great. I can add them in, but it wouldn't be great, and I'll probably get yelled at about how no, I already have that one. I don't want that one. Downloaded the wrong one. Okay.
No, how long until they fix it?
I like the idea that I'm picking up off the fluff.
No, how long until they fix it?
Of I love that idea that I'm actively picking off the fur and fluff of the Moopsie hybrid.
An email about that?
No, how long?
That's a little too long. That right there.
Did you get an email about that?
No, how long until they fix it?
At least a couple.
Until they fix it.
At least a couple hours. And they said not to let anything or anyone touch the field. Otherwise, that's going to freeze in place too until they fix the issue.
That look is so good.
A couple hours, huh?
That's such a mischievous look.
Until they fix the issue.
A
Again, we're going to do an action shot where I'm in mid-action.
Fix the issue.
A couple hours, huh?
I know. Oh, hey. You want to mess with them?
A couple hours, huh?
Levi needs to have continue to smile.
Oh, hey. You want to mess with them?
I could dump some water on them, but it just doesn't feel like it's enough. No, it's a 55-gallon drum of that ghost pepper maple syrup. And then
I'm not getting rid of the laughter. And I am. Action sequence into the shot. Show of movement.
Hey, you want to mess with them?
I could dump some water on them, but it just doesn't feel like it's enough. No, it's a 55-gallon drum of that ghost pepper maple syrup.
Oh.
Bob. No, I can't because we're not doing captions. There's no point to have my laughter in the background. Laughter in the background would make sense so you can hear both characters, but I can't do it because of the captions.
Oh.
Ghost pepper maple syrup.
Oh. I'm going to get feathers.
And then we go.
And glitter Napa. Don't. And glitter Napa. And glitter Napa. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of glitter.
Okay, now we need to fix a few things. Boop, boop, boop. What is that, 14? Every one of my scenes needs to be fixed slightly. Because he's so far in, if I have it too far out, it looks funky. So I gotta make myself more in center. We want to see that hand. That's the reason why we have that there. I'll move myself over there. Oh, I don't have time. Only got a few more minutes. Gonna be a little bit late on posting this, guys. Well, since I don't need to do captions, I just need to do title.
I fixed the Moopsie.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just
Triple promo, of course. At least it lasted until
14. I don't necessarily need to see my leg that badly. Cut that down. Load that down.
overkill.
no. Napa. I don't. I want as many. Call IT and figure it out. I'm gonna go put on some Spartan armor and take care of a little.
14.
Where's the stasis
I
field?
think we're almost to the point to where what was the please don't? What was the please don't? Levi has an idea. Run. We can't have me looking for too long either. Thankfully.
What the hell did you just do?
John told me to activate the stasis field.
He's just higher, just louder than me overall for some reason on all the clips. Just gonna have to deal with it. All right. We gotta have a look at it. Give it a
What the
rough.
hell did you just do?
John told me to activate the stasis field to catch the triple Moopsie hybrid that was loose in the loading dock. That's all I did.
Where's the stasis field, Napa? Where is it?
It's around John, but I don't know why. I pressed the right button. Also, I can't disable the field.
Call IT and figure it out. I'm gonna go put on some Spartan armor and take care of the little monsters before they start reproducing.
You don't think Spartan armor is a little overkill?
No, Napa. I don't. I want as many layers of metal between me and that little bone-sucking demon spawn as possible. Your two suits. I would. I like my bones where they are.
He's gonna be so pissed.
Why is that one so loud?
I fixed the Moopsie.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, just
Triple promo, of course. At least it lasted until.
I seriously think I just had a smudge on my screen.
Why isn't the stasis field down?
IT says the system's been glitchy and we weren't even supposed to use it at all. I didn't get an email about that. Did you get an email about that?
No, how long until they fix it?
At least a couple hours. And they said not to let
Especially since the
anything or
retakes look
anyone
clear,
touch
I
the
just think my
field.
screen
Otherwise,
was
that's going to
dirty.
freeze in place too until they fix the issue.
A couple hours, huh?
Oh, hey. You want to mess with them?
I could dump some water on them, but it just doesn't feel like it's enough. No, it's a 55-gallon drum of that ghost pepper maple syrup.
I'm going to get feathers.
And glitter Napa! Lots and lots and lots!
And this is where
Lots and lots.
we need to transform. And then we go here.
And glitter Nappa. Lots and lots and lots.
The fuck are you not working right? Come on now.
And glitter Nappa. Lots.
Oh, it's the audio. I was messing with the audio, that's why.
And glitter Nappa. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of glitter. What the hell did you just do?
John told me to activate
There we
the
go.
stasis field to catch the triple Moopsy hybrid.
All right, so it's most of the thing. He sent me what the title is. What was the title of this thing? Oh, where's the title? Stasis field shenanigans. Let's figure out what we want the title to look at. Yeah, Irving, I know it's lots of them. Give me a moment here. Kind of like that one. Out, fade out.
What the hell did you just do?
John told
What the hell did you just do?
John told me to activate the stasis field to catch the triple.
Now, so now Yes. I do yes. I add yes to here. If I'm lucky, I'll do exactly what I wanted it to. Custom removal. Eraser. Apply. That's perfect. That animation out. Fade out. Boom. Move that down just ever so slightly. Now it should look
What
like
the
this.
hell did you just do?
John told me to activate the stasis field to catch the triple moosey hybrid that was loose in the loading dock. That's all I did.
Where's the stasis field, Nappa? Where is it?
It's around John, but I don't know why. I pressed the right button. Also, I can't disable the field.
I like that. Okay. Irving, thank you for the donations. What if Freddy Krueger gets trapped inside Ichi Horo's mind? Now he's trapped there in his own illusion. I think so. The biggest thing about this is Fredward isn't our character. It's actually don't be a smart aleck. Go pop on his page and check to see if he's done that already. There's a good chance he might have already done that. I do know he's kind of like stepped away from the character because the character has some problematic parts to it. And he also just kind of wanted to step away and do other things.
What the hell?
Okay. So, everyone here, I need to take a moment and get this uploaded and get this ready to be posted. I have 5 minutes. I think I might have made the timeline just barely. God damn, my computer is fucking sluggish today. Okay. So, slight problem is that I don't know if I can upload it to TikTok within this time frame, but we're gonna try. We're uploading it to YouTube, or at least we're trying to upload it to YouTube right now. Because that's the one that needs to drop like as soon as possible. I'm also gonna, if I can get this thing to work. Irving, I didn't like read it all the way through. I apologize. I've just been busy, and here's the reality of it. We get sent scripts and tagged in scripts so often that me and Chris kind of skim them a lot of times, or we'll not even look at them at all if we're busy doing other things and just forget about them. I can take a look real quick if you just give me some time. Let me get this uploaded and everything in a moment. Normally I do 2 o'clock. We're just going to publish this right off the bat.
What the hell did you just...
Yep. So YouTube's being published right now. And now I can go to try, if it lets me. Come on. We're going to stop sharing. There's no point to share the screen right now. You need a moment. This is what Chris usually does. This is why he's usually busy. Add photos or video. Moving stasis. I don't need you to be playing this. It should be posting to Facebook and Instagram next, as soon as it lets me do so. So we're currently waiting on that. I think, did this not upload properly? No, that uploaded properly. I don't know why that's not doing the thing, but all right. No. YouTube. I'm not worried about YouTube posting. I'm worried about like trying to get everything else posted. Which I got a couple minutes for that. That's not a problem. Getting everything posted everywhere else is not going to be a problem. We'll get taken care of. I'm working on that now. Come on. Okay. Download. Save. Get that. Take a moment. Had to hop from Facebook, being trash at the moment. I apologize. By the way, if you guys have Twitch and you got Prime, you got them linked, you can support us without it costing you a dime. It's one of the best ways to support us. Next. Go ahead and share that now. So now I should be going to Facebook and Instagram. And now I go into TikTok. I apologize, everyone, for for this. I'm like just actively trying to get this. I don't need to add link. I don't need to have disclosure. Everyone can view post. Allow comments, blah, blah, blah. Allow high quality uploads, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worried about audience controls or the cover. All right. That's all right. I was trying to get everything uploaded and taken care of. Now, or at least that's trying to upload. If you guys want to go watch it without all the echoing and everything like that, if you haven't already done so, go check it out on YouTube. It's posted. It should have posted on Facebook. I can't check until, this is done uploading on TikTok. Whenever it decides to be done. I have been busy. I was my spouse was supposed to pick up a couple groceries, but they never got the text that was supposed to be sent at 5 a.m. because again they're night shift, and so we had to go out. And then because we were out, I was like, well, I'm not going to just go out for 3 things. Let's go ahead and just go grocery shopping with money that technically doesn't exist, but whatever. Go grab some groceries. And that took a while. I didn't get home until about 10:30. Then I got everyone the breakfast that they needed. I ate my breakfast, let my stomach settle, laid on the heating pad because I was hurting for a little while, about an hour. And then got up, came down here, and started this. I'm like from the moment I started the live streaming, nearly 2 hours ago, I've been recording, editing, everything like that. It's just been nonstop since I've effectively woken up for the day. It's called the enshittification process. There's an actual name for it. Companies, and it's a capitalistic form. This is the real thing. This isn't even like a political thing. This is real. They'll make a thing really, really good and usually very, very free or very, very low cost. Then as time goes on and they've gotten enough people, and they've added, probably a bunch of things that made it really even more convenient and even better. Once they've effectively cornered that market, they start stripping things away. They start what's called the enshittification process. How badly can we make this product and people not leave? And that's been happening across the board. Yeah. Tree Weaver has it exactly. Hook ya, and then, yeah. All right. Now I need to check to make sure it posted on Facebook. Posted on Facebook. Great. Now we're going to check to see if it posted on Instagram properly. It posted on Instagram properly. And now I just need to check to see if it posted on TikTok properly. Posted on TikTok properly. Oh, yeah. I did it. Honestly, if I had to have done captions, this would not have been on time. If I would have had to sit here and do another captions, it would have been another 30 minutes to an hour. So I really hate captions. I suck at them. I will pay somebody else to do captions any day of the week. Irving, you wanted me to take a look at the script while I'm live. It's a good. Hey, if you guys have something to show me while I'm live, that's usually a good time. One of the things I will say is try not to pester any influencer or any content creator or anyone. If you have an idea, share it with them. And if they don't see it, they don't see it, right? But don't constantly be like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. Don't do that. No one likes that. But if I'm live and I haven't seen your idea, I'm very much open to like, hey, I have it here. And I'll be like, oh, give me if I'm able to, especially if I'm down here, it's really easy for me to do it. I don't like reading scripts on my phone. Lar Freeze is the Orange Lantern. John wouldn't really go hello to you too. It's out of character. Villain support. This is John. He's started the call like that before. Somebody stole my ring. You'd have to establish probably a little bit more detail because there's more people who don't know who Lar Freeze is than there are people who do. Probably do a Smeagol impression of it. Worthy of the Lantern Ring's emotional spectrum. That's no. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say, Irving. I get where you're coming from. The way that this is written is very realistic to how a call would happen, and how and this is gonna sound harsh, but it is real. It's also how boring most of the calls would actually be, right? So instead, you would want to change that opening to express that same thing within a much shorter amount of time. You can probably do that within about 2 sentences. John finding out that the ring is gone is probably about right there. And if you're doing a back and forth between Levi, Chris has had some really tough commentary, and it's one of the reasons why we don't do the back and forth too often. You need to know. It needs to be a good reason as to why. And while though I do understand, hey, how's my favorite Ferengi doing? This would be better. Like, why is Levi? How is Levi loud enough that John is overhearing? No, I'm overhearing the phone call. My lines here could be shortened down to just a single line of have it be the heighten. If you start John off within a 2-line spectrum, you hear John, you hear Lar Freeze, and then you go to Levi. Wait, what do you mean it's glowing? John hasn't heard Levi. Levi's not screaming. I'm not loud. I'm not being loud. Wait, what do you mean it's glowing orange? I'd be like, wait, what do you mean it's glowing orange? I'm not panicking in this situation. In no way would I be panicking. And the thing, Star Trek has plenty of things that glow. There's no reason for me to assume unless I have pre-existing knowledge. So one of the things you need to be careful of, Irving, is when you're writing something, giving the characters knowledge that you already possess, even though the characters shouldn't have that knowledge. It's the same thing in D&D. Take it as the D&D fact of like, your player characters aren't going to know what the DM knows, right? And so they get surprised when they find something out, or when they have figured it out. Now, if the player has figured it out, but the character hasn't figured it out because they're not intelligent enough to have figured it out, then you have to then play that character as not knowing what's going on. So again, that is, I'm forgetting the word. Metagame. You got to be careful about metagaming, or in this case, meta writing. So, and you could say that for the continuous. To be perfectly honest, your entire script can be boiled down to about 5 lines currently, and then you'd have to continue the script out from there. It would be better to scrap the whole thing and then reframe it from the fact of John finding out that the Ferengi have an Orange Lantern ring, and then building up it around that. And Levi isn't necessarily needed in that. And then finding out, and then if it is, you have it at the end where Levi kind of looks over, maybe because he wasn't on a phone call, which would make sense as to why he can hear things because he's not actively paying attention. So Levi's not on a phone call. Turns and go, did I just hear that right? Were you on a call saying that a Ferengi, or say Ferengi name, Quark is a good one, very, very popular, but probably not the one that would actually get the orange lantern ring because of his emotional growth and everything later on in the series. Said Ferengi got an orange lantern ring, yeah, and you don't think that that's going to be a problem? No, why? Did you forget how orange lantern rings work? Oh shit, yeah, oh shit, that kind of thing. Yeah, use ROM. ROM would have been a good one. For the record, these are types of things that like Chris and I are talking about charging for. You donate a lot, and I've mentioned before, like if I'm live and I feel in the mood, I'm just gonna give you guys advice regardless. But there might come a point to where I literally be like, nope. There's an actual class. There's a Patreon tier. You want to show a script and everything like that, go join that tier, and we'll talk about it at that point. And if that's in existence, then I have to put my foot down and be like, look, there's an actual time and place for it. And I'm on Villain Sports channel, not on my channel. So I can't give you feedback and tips and tricks beyond like very basic shit. The Grand Nagus with the ring. Yeah. And then you could leave it open as to who it is, too, if you really wanted to. Now, it's been 2 hours in this chair / moving around in ways that cause me pain. Tier system was already activated. We've been having trouble getting it connected to Discord, but the Patreon should be available. We just don't have like a super expensive class tier because we haven't ironed out how we want the classes to take place. Yep, there it is. Villain support is now on there. It's not the first one because we're not super popular yet. However, a few down. Villain support, home of the sketches. Patreon is officially active. We have 5 members already. I'll show that real quick. You can see the link down below. There is, but the best one is probably going to be, in all honesty, the others don't offer the benefits that we're going to be offering through Patreon, and it's just because it's easier to offer benefits through Patreon. So we have 3 tiers, meaning 1 in Hinge Person. Minion is $1 a month. You are just showing your support. Hinge Person is just $2 a month. It's a little bit more support, just a little bit more of a modest way. They're identical. It's just you get a little bit of a name change. You're a Hinge Person instead of a Minion. Villain, and then the next rank up will be Super Villain. We haven't figured out what Super Villain's going to have. Oh, yeah. You guys can support me directly on Coffee. Buy me a coffee is a great way, and honestly, I need it. Pretty sure I'm gonna have I'm not gonna get my max amount this month. Oh well. Nothing on me. It's just we had a really bad month for no good reason. Both me and Chris were looking at the stats, Statistically, we had a really good month last month as far as views and everything, and the other platforms did really well. But the one platform that honestly pays us the most, as long as everything goes well, barely paid us any. And I'm not going to say which platform. It's related to a clock. But it was, if we don't get paid beyond a certain amount, I don't make what we call a bonus. And that kind of sucks because I almost depend on that bonus. So I'm gonna have to probably push some things and make up about $400. Oh, so well. Same benefits as the $8.99 tier, and this is another reason why. Like, if we can get enough people on Patreon, I stop having to worry about that. This is actually going to be a lot for animation. The $8.99 is going to go towards trying to pay for animation. You get general support, VIP access, behind-the-scene previews, live Q&As, specifically with just a Patreon. Like, you can ask a question, we'll give you an answer. We may not do full-on classes and stuff, but maybe that's where you ask, hey, I have this part of my script I'm working on, and it's an original script, not a villain support script. Can you help me? And it's like, maybe we do that. I don't know. But there'll be exclusive voting power too for like when we have, we didn't wait this time around, but we have an animation that we're working on for the second part of the Transformers parody that we're doing. And we were trying to decide between characters, and I was like, hey, that would have been a great thing if we had Patreon or letting our members vote on. And he was like, shit, yeah, that would be. And so that's probably going to be a Patreon exclusive. That's an $8.99. That's a pretty high tier. And that would be something like, hey, you can have an actual impact in the moment on the animation besides just putting some money towards it. And I think that's really, really cool. Yeah. We get paid a month behind, though. So, like, last month's pays this month pays next month, so on and so forth. And this month is looking like it's going to be a good month so far. But yeah, you guys will also get to see like the storyboards and stuff like that. I'm going to be honest, this might be something I get put in charge in. Because I might get put in charge of a lot of the animation. And like you guys, if you guys were here during the other stream, Chris was like, I kind of just want to leave that thing in your hands because he knows I can handle a lot of script writing and a bunch of other things. And that would free him up to just record and do stuff while I work on animation projects and things like that, as long as we're making enough money to justify that. And he's seen that like animation can make a lot of money very, very quickly and hold on over time, continuing to make money. As soon as I found out that they used so much AI in their stuff for like 300 shows, none of the shows that I watched had AI in it. But I'll be honest, I haven't watched a whole lot of Netflix. When I watch Netflix, I'm watching shows that were made before AI was a twinkle in anybody's eye as far as like generative AI goes. And fuck, CGI was just barely like, I'm watching Heroes, okay? NCIS. I'm watching shows that I have not been using it. I could go and buy the DVD if I had the money. So I'm really excited about the Patreon. I really hope you guys give it a look, but it has been over 2 hours. I need to call it a day. I'm not saying that I only work for 2 hours and then call it a day. It's just more along the lines of I have other shit to do today. Thank you guys for joining in. It's been fun. Irving, I'm glad we were able to go over your script. One of the things I'm going to suggest, Irving, before you let me look at another script, I want you to take characters that are not me and Chris. Okay. I challenge you to either A, create your own characters, or B, use somebody else's characters using like a D&D type script or something like that. I've seen you continuously write scripts for our channel, and that's great. that you think that might be a good idea. Stephen, I'm so sorry. I need to go stretch out and everything like that. But yeah, go to that. Stephen, no, most of the you just missed me mentioning about Patreon finishing up you missed me finishing up the video, getting it posted, talking about the Patreon, and the fact I'm not going to be making my bonus more than likely this month because we don't know it. We don't get why. We had like last month we had like an entire 2 weeks of viral videos. Like each video was popping at a minimum of 100,000 to 300,000 views, and only one social platform decided it wasn't going to pay us a lot of money, and it was ridiculously low. Apparently, it happened for a lot of people though. And so I'm just I'm probably gonna have a lower paycheck. It kind of feels like a downgrade in pay sometimes. Has anyone got that? Is that still a thing where people actually lose? And instead of getting a raise, you get a decrease in pay. Oh, we were getting paid $16 an hour. Oh, we're getting paid $15 an hour, and you didn't stop working there. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think that's for contract people. Yeah, that's what I am. And technically, it's a raise because of the bonus. But it just hurts. I'm fuck. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is fucking try to push videos on TikTok on my platform. And if I don't get the bonus, I'm going to probably be hey, we're going to go live and I need $400. I opened up my own version of Cameo, only it's directly to me. So lovely. You stayed for 3 months. Not too bad. Cheers. So you've seen us pay almost $10 to really be available to give us entertainment we really enjoy. So you need us to pay almost $10. No, I mean it helps. But no. So here's the biggest thing. They took $2.50 an hour. That's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. That's. I need to go and clear up my downloads too. I need to finish the Stitch script, filming, editing, and getting it posted, and then putting it all together so I can delete a bunch of things without concern. Oh, goodness. But yeah, it fucking sucks, man. I don't have a Moopsie behind me. You can try that, Michael, but I don't. What I do have, though, is a Stitch beside me. I wouldn't either. Oh, yeah. So the more people we get, we did a basis. If we can get 500 people on the $8.99 tier, that solidifies my paycheck completely. We had discussed it. 500 people on the $8.99 solidifies my paycheck, allows me to, and he even said it, I'll probably just unleash you on animation if that was the case, because we would still produce the same videos. I would produce as many videos as I possibly could, but my main focus would be script writing, controlling a team of animators, which we would probably try several different animators, even if they weren't continuously getting paid. It would still be a per project for them, but I would be project lead. I would be let's make this. Let's figure out this. Hey, Chris, take a look at the script. What do you think? Great, good. Let's move forward. Hey, let me take a look at the storyboard. Chris wouldn't have to worry about the storyboard unless I go, hey, Chris, I'm having an issue here. I know something needs to be here. What's your idea? Move, and it would go down the line from there. And then I would, of course, update the Patreon and everything like that. I would become more of behind the scenes. You would still see me. Levi would still be a character. It's just I wouldn't be as active as I used to be, as I'm currently trying to get more and more videos out. It would probably be like last month / the beginning of this month, where you see a couple videos from me every now and then, 2-3 videos a month maybe, and you see me in sketches when it makes sense to have my character in sketches. But outside of that, you're going to hear my voice. You're going to see me on live streams. You'd see me on Patreon, that kind of stuff. Probably not. I'd probably still do the same Meta Live videos. It would just, I'd be more behind the scenes instead of in front of the camera as I am now. And I don't mind that. I love being and working on animation. Had another villain to the Patreon. That's awesome, man. Thank you, Lee. And see, that's another thing. I want you guys to know that you're getting your worth. Thank you, Michael. I'm gonna check that out in a little bit and kind of go from there. Anyways, I really do got to go. I want to thank you guys for joining. Remember, take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, and binding spirit, and harmony among others. Until the winds blow your sails our way again, you'll have an Acme Day. Have an Acme Day as Brock Villain. Have an Acme Day will be retroactively billed to your account. Have an Acme Day. Remember, have an Acme Day simply means that the best day you possibly can have. Bye now.